And it may be a little later than usual, but high school football, it is back. It got a late start, of course, because of the pandemic. And our Ricardo LeCompte is joining us live from Joe Yenny Stadium in Metairie tonight. Ricardo, how are things out there?
Well, Katie, for the most part, game operations went well here at Joe Yenny Stadium. The game wrapped up around 9 o'clock. Now, with the 8-game regular season for prep football starting tonight, and if you look across the state, 10 schools will not be participating in the first week of the regular season due to positive COVID-19 cases. They're forced to quarantine and having to cancel games. Now, only one metro area school is in that group in Belle Chase. And that's going to be the biggest challenges for teams this year, avoiding those outbreaks so they don't have multiple cancellations during the season. And we saw some of those safety measures in place at Joe Yenny Stadium tonight. We had about 2,000 fans in the stands. That was what is allowed by the state, that 25% capacity at stadium. So we only saw parents and students, band members, cheerleaders, along with school personnel on the sidelines. Everyone was required to wear masks. Temperatures were checked at the gates, and social distancing also mandated. Now, the action on the field stayed pretty much the same, but the sidelines definitely not packed as they usually are at larger stadiums like Joe Yenny. Now, here in Haas-Memphis will host 63 games over the next 8 weeks, with a bunch of New Orleans area schools opting to play outside the city limits and here in Jefferson Parish. New Orleans capped the capacity at stadiums at 250, and with rental fees a little more costly at venues like Tad Gormley Stadium, for example, those schools choosing to play outside Orleans Parish will make a little money from the higher attendance and the lower rental fees. Now, as for the game tonight, Newman was facing East Jefferson, and Greenie's sophomore quarterback Arch Manning, yes, the Manning family quarterback, another one in that family, did pretty well. He accounted for 6 touchdowns in a 41-0 win. We'll have highlights of Arch Manning's game as well as hear from the sophomore quarterback coming up a little later in sports. You want to stick around for that. But for now, we're live at Joe Yenny Stadium in Metairie. Ricardo LeCompte, Eyewitness News.
So many people so glad football's back. Thanks, Ricardo.